Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're gonna be looking at Star Wars The Black Series Emperor's Royal Guard. Now this is a figure that was released back in 2017 if I'm not mistaken. It's an older figure that is now re-released as a part of 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, so I wanted to give it a quick review. I'm someone who loves to pose these action figures, and so I'm a fan of soft goods, and man, this guy is covered in soft goods. All of this out of robe could have been made out of plastic like they did with Bib Fortuna or Mon Mothma from Endor. But what would be fun in that? I want these guys to fight with Yoda, and that would be hard to do if this robe was all plastic. So I'm glad that they didn't do that. This way we can fully use his articulation. When you look at him close up, he doesn't have much details on the helmet. It's a softer sculpt and it's quite simple with just few lines and then a black visor, but it's a plastic that kind of reflects the light, and so it makes it look like a metal, like it's shiny. Now it's a hard plastic, and this soft goods tunic is tucked underneath, so there isn't much movement in the head, but that's kind of expected due to design of the way that the head is connected to this piece that goes on top of the shoulders. But when you get these soft goods out of the way, you can see that underneath we have actually a lot of crazy good sculpting. Look at the way that all of these small details are sculpted on his armor. These lines on his chest plate, and then here on his crotch, these lines and pouches, and his shoulder armor plates, and then on the back as well. We get all of these nice little details that are all sculpted really nicely. We have his gun holster here. The lower part of his legs is of a different color of red that differentiates it from dark red of his undersuit. We have knee pads and then shin armor here in the front, and you can see that they even painted these black buckles on the straps that go around his lower leg. So it's a great contrast, you know, when you go from this where you don't see anything, it's all covered up, and then to this underneath with all of these details that are sculpted on this figure. And again, it would be really hard to use all of these articulation points if this wasn't soft goods. So it's great that they went with this. For his accessories, he comes with his two weapons. We get his smaller gun blaster that is practically the same weapon that comes with Scout Trooper in the Black Series line. And there are some nice small sculpted details on this gun. There is no paint. It's all base black plastic in which it's molded, but the sculpt looks great. And then we get his staff. I'm guessing electric staff, but there are no effects included with this figure for the staff. But yeah, the sculpt looks really good. It's nothing too complicated. Few details here at the top and down at the hilt. And here is a little button that is not painted. It's looking really good. It's everything that you expect from a weapon for this guy, because probably on your shelf he'll be holding this staff. And of course his soft goods is split apart on this side, because this is the side on which his hand is sculpted the way that it will hold his staff like this, and so it will be visible even through his tunic. And then again, it's also sculpted with a trigger finger so that he can hold his small blaster. Let's now take a look at his articulation. As I said before, in the head we don't get much. There is a little bit of movement side to side. Nothing, almost nothing up and down. We get a little bit maybe down and just a small bit up, but it's practically stuck in one place. There is no butterfly joint. His arms go almost fully up and we almost get that perfect T-pose. They rotate 360. There's a swivel in the elbow, and we have a bend that gives us this much, and then his right hand goes up and down, and same is for his left hand, also up and down. At the waist there is a cut here so that he can move a little bit side to side, this much forward, a bit better back. And of course, he can move side to side and rotate 360. This holster and a belt that is attached to this crotch piece is of softer plastic so that it won't get in your way when you are articulating his legs. And the legs can go out this much. We have a thigh swivel. The leg goes forward this much, back this much. We have a double bended knee with visible pins because it's an older figure. The feet move forward this much, back this much, and we get an ankle pivot and a peg hole at the bottom of his feet. Let's now compare our Royal Guard with few other figures. Here he is with two similar figures, and on the left we have Shadow Guard, and on the right we have Senate Guard, both from the Black Series line. And these three guys, along with one of the Praetorian Guards, were released as a 4-pack called Guards of Evil, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. And it was back in 2017. I think it was Amazon exclusive. But yeah, all three of them go great together. They have the same size because it's obviously the same body with different type of helmet and different color of tunic. Here he is with the Black Series Emperor, the archive release, and the Black Series A New Hope Darth Vader. Here he is with the Black Series Yoda and the Black Series Anakin Skywalker Clone Wars version. Here he is with the SH Figure Arts Jedi Luke Skywalker and the Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett by Medicom Toy Mafex. And finally, here he is with Bandai Model Kit Darth Vader with custom soft goods and Bandai Model Kit First Order Executioner. All in all, this is still a great figure, especially when you take into consideration that it's 6 years old now. It has great articulation, it looks good on the shelf, even just standing there like this. And because it's a 6 years old figure, and because every day there is someone new who's stepping into this collecting sport of the Black Series figures, because of these reasons, it's great that Hasbro is re-releasing this figure for their 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi line. Obviously, if you are collecting these, if you don't have this guy, and if you have the Emperor, you will probably want to grab at least 2 of them to flank your Emperor, and it will look amazing on your shelf. I'm happy that I have this guy. I have 2 of them. I'm not sure that I'll need more, probably not. I'm satisfied with 2, but that's all I wanted to say for this video. Now I would like to hear you guys. If you are someone who's new into collecting, what do you think about this figure? Are you happy that Hasbro is re-releasing this guy? Will you grab him once the figure comes out? Let me know down in the comments. A posing video for this figure is already on the channel, and I made it a while back, and I'll link it in this video if you want to check it out. I had a lot of fun posing him, and thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll see ya in the next video.